Hey, Dragon Slayers. It's been about an hour-ish since my last meal. I did have some carbs in that meal, 142. So, today's video is all about how to do a 16 to a 24-hour fast. This is going to be an expansion of the last video where I talked about how to start intermittent fasting. So I suggest that a 16-8 fast, so as in you fast for 16 hours every day and eat within an 8-hour eating window, is probably the baseline for everyone. And this is my opinion. Dr. Eckberg also mentions this in one of his videos that you really don't need to be eating more than twice a day. I mean, and that goes for every person in general. For to maintain general metabolic health for the rest of your life, it's a pretty healthy habit for everyone, whether you have prediabetes, insulin resistance, or not. It's just to maintain a 16-8 lifestyle. So I consider this the baseline. And it took me a while before I could get to 16.8 and have it be comfortable. It probably took me 3 or 4 months, right? And so in my last video, I explained to you guys how you essentially want to start off with no snacks. Well, start off keto, right? And then do 12-hour eating window and then have no snacks at all and during those 12 hours and try to have 3 square meals or just, 3 meals in general. Well, the problem is that going from a, let's see, 12-hour eating window to a 8-hour eating window is more challenging than you would think. I mean, most people, and I thought this at first when I did it. I thought, oh, it's only, 4 hours, no big deal. You're basically skipping breakfast. But if you're not used to it, if you've been eating a lot of fast food, if you've been on the standard American diet for a while, you are not going to have a good time. There are people that go on what they call like a keto flu, where you can get headaches and nausea and like ups, just feel general unwell and ickiness. So once you do your 12-hour feeding window and you do that dedicated for a while and it feels normal, and you're going to shrink it down to a 11-hour feeding window, right? And then you're just going to keep doing that. It might take you a week or two or three or a month plus. It doesn't matter. Everyone's different. Everyone is going to adjust at their own rate and in their own time. You keep going. When 11-hour eating window a day feels normal, shrink it down to 10. When 10 feels normal, shrink it down to 9. And when 9 feels normal, finally just skip the meal altogether. Usually that meal is breakfast from like the vast majority of people, and you shrink it down to 8 hours. When you get to 16.8, that's great. And it took me probably another several weeks, if not several months, from 16.8 being normal, only having 2 meals a day, just lunch and dinner, and that's it. And then you're pushing yourself out further now. So now you're shrinking your window down to where you're only eating 7 hours a day, right? And then when that becomes normal, you shrink your window again to 6 hours a day. So you're noticing a pattern here. You're just doing whatever feels right for you and your body. And you just keep what I call turning the knob. You just keep turning the knob slowly over time. Because if you rush into this, you are going to feel awful and you're never going to want to fast again. And that's not the goal. Fasting should be an easy, incorporated part of your normal everyday life. And so that's how the same methods that took you from eating all the time, every waking hour, are the same methods that you're going to use to advance into deeper and deeper fasted states, right? So master 16.8, stay there for several weeks, if not a month plus, then start turning the knob again. Try fasting for 17 hours, right? So now, like I said before, you're shrinking it down to a 7 hour eating window, 6 hour eating window, 4 hour eating window. You're going to want to stay at that 4 hours for a while. They call it the warrior diet, where you're fasting for 20, eating for 4, and you do the same thing, keep turning, and then get down to 1 meal a day, keep going. This can take months, guys. And then finally, when you're at 1 meal a day, you're finally ready to try a 24-hour fast. And so that's what I've got for you today. Just know that it might take longer than you think, but go through each and every step slowly and methodically, and you will get there. Because remember that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.